And we're back with 5 years later, this time episode 4. Speeding through this show, gonna try and get at least till episode 6 or 7 done tonight. Right now this is episode 4, so yeah. Last episode it was just all battle. I mean, it was only a 12-minute episode, and granted, some of that is opening credits and closing credits. So yeah, this is going to be a 10-minute episode. This one, this is going to be going by very fast, very fast. So yeah, let's just get into it. The last episode was just a full-on battle between Vlad, Danny, and Ben, and showed a bit of a darker side to Danny. Showed exactly how he feels about Vlad. He's definitely not the wise. Well, he's got a bit of a wisecracking about him, just like Ben has, but he's a lot more. He's definitely more Ben with Vilgax than Ben. Well, more Ben with Ultimate Kevin than he is with any other villain. So yeah. So we're just gonna find out what happens this episode, because Eon is involved now, and Eon is also involved, and apparently they've got another associate involved. I imagine it's got something to do with that Gur character who was at the end. No idea what that's about, because once again, not watched Danny Phantom, not watched Omniverse, so a few things I am being left in the dark with, but hopefully things will get cleared up. So let's just get into episode 4 of 5 years later, starting right now.
I come from a race called the Cronians.
Is this?
We understood the laws of physics so well that we learned to break them, shaping time and space as we pleased.
Is this Eon?
We were titans. The strain of this power was not meant for mortals such as ourselves. As we pulled from the nectars of the universe, they pulled back at us. Every breach in time, every shift in reality. Our universe collapsing. We needed a new home. An artifact said to exist simultaneously in every dimension. It was the key to escaping our diminishing reality.
This was in the episodes with Eon, I think.
And few. I was chosen to be their messiah. They called me Eon. This is my story.
Ooh! Learn a bit more about Eon, will we? I wonder if his version in Race Against Time has any fruit here.
Pass me the size 23 wrench, the top shelf next to the titanium coil.
Why don't you get it yourself?
What do you want? A pretty please? You can broach it. Fine.
These are your other associates.
Okay.
Looks like
Glad? You're still around? That's hilarious! Hey, what happened to you? Run into that phantom brat again?
Dang it.
So, what did you steal?
Information.
That's it? No glory speech, no elaboration?
You are here by your own choice. You are entitled to nothing.
And if that's how it is, you better tell us what we're after, or we'll what?
Through my voyage across the multiverse, I learned of the Omnitrix, a device that allows the user to transform into an arsenal of alien creatures. A young human boy from Earth was the wielder of this device. I needed that device. I needed Ben Tennyson. Alas, it took a few tries. Until one try, it finally worked. I transformed the boy into a Cronian, using myself as a DNA set. As my consciousness drifted into his body, I was reborn anew. Every time my body would reach its limits, I would go to a new universe.
All these different versions of Ben.
Tennyson. I started to collect them in advance, for insurance. My fate became so intertwined with this boy for a time, I started to believe I was Ben Tennyson. But no longer. I will transcend to greatness beyond what my people could ever do. Then I will deliver paradise across the multiverse. That is my destiny.
And how do you expect to do that?
In due time, everything will fall into place.
You still haven't told us anything worth something to me. You think I'm just gonna stay in this lab and let you...
My apologies. I can't hear you over your soul slipping away in my hands. Each of you are here for a very specific reason. Dr. Animal, who comes from the same world as Ben Prime,
That's Animo.
alteration. Techness of the Ghost Zone, for your technopathic abilities, and Zim of this unique world, who can provide us with a base of operations, technology that would otherwise be an obstacle to obtain. We're going to steal a dwarf star.
Sounds fun. So you like red?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, movie.
So, what do you think?
It suits me.
Aye. A full episode about the villains of this. Oh, and we're bringing together a real rogues gallery from not just Ben's universe and not just Danny's universe either, but also, well, I don't know if Zim is part of Danny Phantom's mythology. Yeah, a full episode about Eon telling his story. No Ben or Danny at all in this episode. Well, at least none of the Ben and Danny from the story that we have, because Eon was telling the story about how he was just going around the Ben-verse collecting all different versions of Ben 10, all these different designs of Ben, which I can't remember Race Against Time because it was so bad, but I do remember a little bit of the episode where I think it was Ultimate Alien. Yeah, it was Ultimate Alien, where Eon returned and he had all these all these Bens as his pawns, as his soldiers, and he was a version of Ben as well. And we had that cleared up a bit in this episode. I mean, this is obviously not canon. I don't know if Man of Action actually, or Cartoon Network actually acknowledges this. I doubt they do. But you know, it's nice for someone to give us a reasoning that makes sense behind these things. They understood the laws of physics, and so they knew how to break them, shaping time and space. But that took a toll on their bodies, and eventually it led to their whole universe collapsing. And he is the Messiah, the messenger of the last of his people, and he was trying to find a new home for them. So I was thinking, like, he's a much more understandable villain than I was expecting him to be. But then eventually his reasonings have, the deeds he's done and the reasoning behind them has kind of shifted what his moral compass is, to the point where he's trying to lead all of the multiverse into seeing things his way. So, and what he's done to all these kids as well, because there was a shot there where it showed a beaten up Ben, and yeah, then the screen fades to black and you just hear a child screaming. Yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what he did to that child. I can't believe I didn't pick up on that being Animo. For some, like, I mean, he has similar look to Animo, but for some reason I don't. And I just never picked it up on. It being Animo for some reason. I don't know why. I suppose I just wasn't expecting Animo in this series whatsoever. But yeah, we've also got another villain in Technus who seems to be a bit funny. I actually chuckled a bit at some of his lines. And we've got Zim as well. And this little squad that Eon has lined up is very well suited to take on Ben and Danny. Eager to see the reactions of Ben and Danny when they find out that their villains are teaming up like this. I doubt that Eon is going to go for the likes of Vilgax or anything like that. I doubt he'll go after Ghost Freak either. But I don't know, is Ghost Freak back in the Omnitrix? I think he is. So yeah, very, very curious to see how things progress from here. This episode was all about the villains. You know what? I'm happy about that. We haven't seen them do much, but we definitely got a lot more backstory on Eon at least, and we had a little bit of backstory on Vlad last episode. So right now, these 4 episodes that we've had are very much been about getting us familiar with these characters, which is a smart move because obviously I've not seen Danny Phantom. There are people who out there who wouldn't have seen Danny Phantom. Some people who wouldn't have seen Ben 10. I have no idea how anyone would come across this if they've not seen both, but maybe even then. So yeah, a smart move by Ink Tank to do this. And once again, love the quality. I love the quality. Very comic booky, and the voice work is great. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy to continue. I think I'll go to episode 6 tonight because episodes 7 through 11 are a lot longer than the ones we've got, the ones we've already got. So yeah, I think I'll be able to do 2 more episodes tonight and then we'll be done for now. Because I'm falling behind on my schedule a bit and I'm very annoyed with myself. But yes, we're gonna try and do what we can. But for now, that's all we've got for this episode of Ben 10. Not Ben 10. This is all we've got for this episode of 5 Years Later. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!